All right, finally, actually got to see what the ban list and people's reactions.
The new Master Duel ban list is
Also, I'm just doing this to be real fast because I want to get my opinions about the ban list real quick. So I'm gonna let Master Duel Cali Effect actually do that. Have I not? I'm not subscribed. No, I'm gonna subscribe to this guy. I forgot. I forgot to get subscribed because he actually does have some pretty good content. So yeah, I'm Shadow Gale. I'm just gonna do a quick reaction.
finally here.
And
today, big dogs, me and chat, we're going to be going over it.
a little bit of my
Or should I
opinions
say
on
Chat
ban
and I,
lists
and we're going to
alongside
be discussing
Cali.
how
So.
impactful this ban list will be. Let's go ahead and jump on in.
Yeah.
So, let's go ahead and just start off with cards to be
So
unlimited. I don't know if
I know I'm doing this, but the thing is, there are actually some things that I'm just going to be very biased on, obviously. But from the card list I saw, I'm actually very worried. I'm actually still very
like,
worried,
impressed
even though
at all,
I
chat.
believe there are some good hits. I am
Thunder
still
Dragon
worried.
Colossus to 3. You know, in the TCG,
Yeah.
it's at 2 now. This card is so disappointing. Like, the most disappointing card that I've probably seen on the ban list, right?
It kind of is.
Like, everybody was like, oh, this card, including myself at points in time, was like, this card can't come back off the list. It is a walking Thunder King Raya.
And
It's
yeah, it's
way
coming
too
back,
powerful.
and it's already back in
And it's
TCG at
accessible.
1. So
It's
yeah.
at 3 now.
Sorry, 2 in
And the
TCG
OCG
actually.
And in Master Duel. And nobody.
Nobody cares. Ads. Here's the thing, while the ad's playing, actually. The thing about the Thunder Dragon Colossus,
Hey.
and pause it right there, it's good. It's a very strong card. It's a floodgate of sorts. But there's only so many decks you can actually run it in as well. The ability to stop your opponent from just adding whatever cards they want is actually really good, especially against like Snake Eye and Yubel, but they have ways around that anyways for certain cards, because they can just like set it on their field or stuff like that. The other thing about Colossus is, while it's got ability to protect itself, it's a strong card. Like I said, there's just only so many decks you can play it in, and for how many people who actually play it, you don't tend to see people play more than 1, maybe 2. Like, nobody plays it at 3. There's no reason to. Because usually 1 or 2 is enough because, well, it can protect itself, for 1. And the other reason is just the summoning conditions themselves. So, that's just
Next, we
my
have
thought.
Water Enchantress of the Temple from 2 to 3.
Yeah,
I think that that's good.
yeah, I agree.
genuinely think that those are one of those hits that happened in a particular time when the deck was a little bit too strong.
I agree. When it came to the adventure decks, everybody was playing adventure. Everybody. And it was just really tough to deal with. But with how the meta is right now, it's coming back. And to be fair, I've only seen a few types of decks really play it. I've seen it played in Phantom Knights, Horus. I kind of seen it played in Snake Eye, but it's like not really, because there's just better ways to utilize them. But people are playing them. They're strong. But you know, it's
But now that it's coming to 3,
it's not as good as
I
what
think that it's
is
fair.
available
Quick
now.
question, guys.
Then again, it's still
the Prince,
cool.
is Prince
cool
Yami
archetype.
off the ban list for Master Duel? I can't remember right now. It's at 1. I don't remember either.
Yeah.
Next is Change of Heart. Change of Heart
Yeah.
coming to 3 is crazy, chat.
Change of Heart. That is going to be literally just. It's meant to help the going second plays. They literally just came out with like Ancient Gear not too long ago. Actually, should I just full screen this? I should full screen. Yeah, let me full screen this. Literally with Ancient Gears, it's a going second strategy, a very strong one. Change of Hearts, another really good going second card. I see that played in a lot of decks, a variety. A lot of them being like, well, actually, it's just also a splashable card that can go into anything. I've seen it in
It's at
Sky
3 in
Striker
the
and stuff
OCG
like
as
that.
well.
So yeah,
This is so weird. It's just a crazy feeling to have one of the most powerful cards of all time, of our time, right?
it's a powerful
Being
card,
a card
but
that you can use 3 of,
you know,
and have no implications.
no, there's
Isn't
implications.
Snatch
There's
Steal is at
implications.
3 too, which is just ridiculous, chat. We have a whole
The price
bunch of
is just
cards
not
that can take
bad.
your opponent's best cards, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Eradicator, Epidemic Virus,
Nobody plays Eradicator Epidemic Virus more than like in one in a deck because it's a brick otherwise. That's why it's only played at one in Lair or, well, Lair decks, I guess, do play it, but Labyrinth is the main one that plays it. And I guess you could maybe do a combo with Paleozoic with, you know, the transaction rollback and whatever. There's a way to do it, but not really.
Back to 3, guys. This is a little bit of the opposite.
The only reason
Heart, Water Dragon,
the only reason they put that to
right?
1 is just because of how powerful it was, but nobody played it more than at 1. So it's like, what was the point?
Is powerful, a little bit too powerful, right? But it doesn't do enough. It's so confusing because when you read the card, you're like, okay, this card should not exist. It's at 3 in the TCG as well as the OCG, I believe. And it doesn't ever do enough.
I think they
Let me know what you guys think about
in
Eradicator
TCG,
Epidemic Virus.
just because of certain incidents.
It's a card that everybody thinks is powerful, but then we get into practice and it's...
Yeah, there's only so many decks
Next
it's
is
applicable
Chaos
to.
Space to 3. Let's go, baby.
Chaos Space. This is the card I'm actually worried about. Chaos Space is a powerful card. It goes well with the Bestials. It's good for the Collar Serpent and Wyvern, you know. But the main decks that this card is played in is Light and Dark Attribute / Dragons. That meaning Dragon Link is going to have an extra card to be able to get their combos off with. It's also really good for, well, Chaos builds, obviously. But it's the fact that it's going to 3, and it was mostly used in Dragon Link. I really think we're going to be hitting more of the Dragon Link days. Not to mention Druid Swarm came back. I think Druid Swarm came back to 3 as far as I'm aware. I did look at the list, but I didn't like register it as much.
Let's go.
Because I wanted to do an actual reaction
TCG
video
needs
to it.
Follow this, guys.
But I'm
They
being
need to give us
lazy
Chaos
and my
Space
computer's
to
acting up.
free
I
my
can't
boys
pull up the
Dragons,
actual thing. I don't know.
So we can
a
play
weird
Dragons,
thing.
guys.
So
Chaos
I'm
Space
just,
to 3.
I hope it's
Everybody's
okay,
cooked, guys.
me reacting
Dragons
to this.
Masters. That's where we're going, guys.
But, you know,
I'm not
just,
coping.
Just
I'm not
saying
coping,
that.
Sparking.
Yeah.
Dragons to Masters.
Yeah.
Next, we have Kieran the 2. That's actually a reasonable hit for Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Snake Eyes.
Let's be fair here. Kieran itself is a really good card that's great for any generic fire deck. But Kieran itself is also able to help Snake Eye players avoid like Effect Veiler and Imperms, really. It's also, like, I'm pretty sure most people play it at 3 in Snake Eyes
Guys,
too.
Fire King.
So.
We're not getting Azamine or anything.
If you guys want more
soon,
reaction
from what I know
videos,
of.
let me know. I'm sorry if I'm not like
semi-limited
very
Fire King Kieran. It makes the deck a little bit more susceptible to hand traps and stuff like that.
I'm sorry about that.
I think this is fine. This is one of those cards that, in my opinion, they can hit or they can not hit.
Yeah.
Both of them are acceptable. And since this is a best of 1, hitting it is probably one of the better ideas, right?
Yeah, putting it down to 2
helps.
helps.
To 2.
Not to mention Fire King on its own is really strong. Gold Sark. This is just another one of those. This is literally like Thunder Dragons. Like, we got Chaos Space, Gold Sark, Thunder Dragons, and Druid Swarm. But like, Thunder Bestial is going to be a menace. I'm definitely going to be getting a second Gold Sark myself. But yeah, it's actually
I love this one.
Crazy.
Gold Sarcophagus to 2 makes Tenpai Dragons even stronger. Because now Gold Sarcophagus can banish Blaster, which can search a Tenpai Dragon monster. We do not have...
Wait, hold on. Tenpai Dragons? Banish Blast... Oh, wait. That's right. You can banish Blaster. The, I'm pretty sure... Isn't Blaster like the Inferno Dragon, which allows you to add a Fire Dragon when banished? I didn't realize that. Oh, yeah. And Tenpai is all Fire Dragon... Ooh. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Tengen Kaiman Limited, like we predicted, guys. This also does make Thunder Dragons even stronger. So we could potentially see Thunder Dragons coming back and being a little bit stronger because of Gold Sarcophagus 2. Next, we have Phantom of Yubel.
Yes, thank you. Of all the cards I wanted to get hit, the problem card is one of them, Phantom of Yubel. I would have rather them hit the Spirit of Yubel, like hit that to 2 or 1, because that's the card that gets them everything else out. But it's like, hitting the Phantom of Yubel is fine. It's good. I mean, it's good. But it's not the main one I was hoping that they would hit, because truthfully, I do think they need to hit the Spirit of Yubel. The Spirit of Yubel is literally like, you can't out it through battle. It's what gets you the Nightmare Pain. Yeah, Phantom of Yubel is a good hit because for whatever reason Yubel players like to go into Phantom of Yubel and all three of them, like sometimes in a single turn. It's like, why? There's no point. But it's like, it's whatever.
Damn, I'm not sure how to feel about this. I genuinely don't. I think 3 Phantom was ridiculous, but Phantom of Yubel to 2 feels like it doesn't do enough.
That's what I'm saying. I think
one of the bigger things is Dark Beckoning Beast and Opening of the Spirit.
These ones make sense, okay? These cards they're one card combo starters. One searches the other searches the one, and they literally piggyback off each other. I've seen Dark Beckoning Beast be used in Sprite, and yeah, it's just a strong card. They're just strong cards. Unfortunately, they are, being hit. It sucks for other decks that like to use them, like actually Sacred Beasts, which I'm pretty sure is what these cards were meant for anyways. But it's whatever. I like Sacred Beasts.
So now,
maybe I should build a deck for them again.
We only have 4 copies of this card.
Again. I don't know.
And the OCG only has 4 copies of this card, right?
Yeah.
This actually matters a little bit more than what people will give it credit. It makes the deck a little bit less consistent. It gives the deck a little bit less pop plays.
The other thing is that the opening of the Spirit Gates is what allows them to then special out Spirit of Yubel or the Samsara Lotus from their hand by just discarding it. And it also allows them more link plays because they have more cards. It does stop their consistency a bunch. So they're going to have to figure out other cards to mix in with.
I'm never in favor of completely killing a deck, except for Snake Eyes and Experiment. Those decks can burn in a lake, right?
They're already burning their fire.
Slowing the deck down.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
So now you can't cycle through.
Also, I hope it's okay if you're seeing this, man. I hope, Callie, I hope this is okay for me to do a reaction video. I am sorry if you don't want that, but I do like your videos. I did subscribe, so
your Yubel's as much, right?
Sorry.
2 Dark Beckoning Beasts, 2 Opening of the Gates. It slows the deck down.
Slows it, yeah,
a little bit.
But
right? Just gives it a little love tap before we have to go a little bit.
True.
Earlier.
And I've seen builds where they're not playing all 3 of them either.
Fossil Dino Facis Apollo.
Poplar is a huge hit, and that's actually one of the hits I wanted the most. Poplar to 1 is insane. You get rid of one, either the Snake Eye Ash or the Poplar, great. It just means they're probably going to be playing more of the other cards. They're probably going to actually be playing Birch for once, maybe. Or they're just going to keep the little engine as a part of whatever deck they build. And then you think of, like, Fossil Dyna. That card's just a stun problem in its entirety. But hitting it to 1 makes sense. It's a strong card, but it's not, like, completely inoutable.
Let's go! Let's go!
It's just one of those cards.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a problem.
This is the ban list we needed, guys.
It's a good. It's so far really good ban list.
I love it. Snake Eyes Popular to 1. If you guys have been following,
and it's been hit to 1 everywhere else, so it makes sense.
Yu-Gi-Oh did similar Master Duel hits. They limited Snake Eyes Ash, but they also limited Snake Eyes Popular. And limiting Snake Eyes Popular has been one of the best things to happen for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Man, because just bring Callby back to 3, and boy, we're gonna be stopping all the Snake Eyes.
Decks that revolve around these decks, and then you start to realize it starts doing.
But it's good. It's actually really good hits. I'm happy with that.
It's not going to be a very consequential deck. Fire King's still going to be pretty decent.
True.
It's going to be good.
Fire King's a good deck.
The Fossil Dino Facis Apollo to 1 is crazy. I love it. I think that this is necessary.
Snake Eyes just is too strong of a deck that it gets mixed in with like everything. And Fire King on its own is a really strong deck. Even on its own, it's really strong. But personally, I'd rather not have it infested with snakes. Birds and snakes are not meant to mix well, unless the birds are eating the snakes.
Necessary for Master Duel because of stun players. And the biggest loser here is going to be stun players, which, I mean, nobody wants to play against stun guys.
No,
but to be fair,
really.
they'll Inspector Porter. They'll do stuff like that to make sure that their stun cards won't go to waste. So
the only real way I know to actually fight stun players is either you're playing board breakers or you're playing Fluanderies. Surprisingly enough, Fluanderies is relevant in the
it's not the end of the world for stun players, but having a card like Fossil Dyna being limited definitely is a step in the right direction. Cards to be banned, we have
yeah. This is the unfortunate truth of the ban list as well. There's the bans. I was actually building Tearlament because I wanted to try a different style where it was like you mill some specific cards, not like normal Tearlament, Lightsworn, or whatever. But I wanted to like try and mix it with other decks and, you know, experiment with it. Them hitting the Pearl of Rhino as I literally pulled one literally 2 days ago. It kind of stings. It does. But at the same time, it's like it makes sense. Tearlament is one of those decks that's just, it's been topping meta no matter how many times it's been hit. But hitting one of their searchers, while it is good, it doesn't stop the deck. It's just lowers 1 point of consistency. Personally, I would have been more happy if, in the sense of like actually, if like really trying to hit Tearlament, limit Rhino Heart. If they hit Rhino Heart, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, just hit all of them to 1 and fine, would be good. Nightmare Corruptor Ibly, it's been used in a bunch of different, it's a floodgate on its own. Though then again, there's a lot of ways to just get rid of it by normal summoning a card, literally, and then just linking it away, because so many people play link cards in their decks now. Like, everybody's playing SP, come on. So that one's not as big of the issue as I thought, but it also makes sense why they're doing it. It's just a strong card. They're also making way for future cards as well. And then the Jowgen the Spiritualist, it's a floodgate. It's another one of the floodgates. They're hitting floodgates and the higher tier decks. It makes sense. Of course, Jowgen.
Banning floodgates,
Jowgen also has a better effect to discard to
banning both Nightmare Corruptor
pop all
Ibly
specials, so,
and
you know.
Jowgen the Spiritualist. Yo, this may be the best ban list we've had.
It's one of the better ones, for sure. One of the better ones.
So Jowgen is a lot of you.
Surprisingly, it's still legal in TCG
Sanctifier.
no CG, but
so the
then
problem
again,
here is that you can ban Sanctifier, but if you ban Sanctifier, you have to refund ultra rares.
Oh yeah, that's
if you ban
right.
Jowgen,
Sanctifier was another way to get out Spiritualist.
To refund ultra rares.
That's
all I'm saying.
Branded players will always find a way to abuse
this is one of those
cards.
Things that Konami seems to do, right? So Jowgen ban, crazy good.
The actual card to the Sanctifier Dragon, the actual card that allows this play. Honestly, the concept of specialing a card to your opponent's field to then use its effect is cool, because it's supposed to be like you special a card over there, then you special your Fallen of Albaz, and then you do more plays, right? No, it's not. It's actually not. They're just gimmick puppet locking and special summon locking and all that other jazz.
TCG and OCG, which is why you see Jowgen at 3, and both OCG and TCG, and same with Fossil Dyna, and as well as Nightmare Corruptor. But in Master Duel, we're in a completely different Yu-Gi-Oh meta. So hitting stuff like this is way better for the game. Cards like this should not exist.
I would say it is
and
better.
Lastly,
Ibly, I think they could have put to
this
1.
Is
because Ibly itself is not as bad because everybody
Tearlament.
Plays Links.
I think this was a kill
it's
shot.
Kind of cope.
Right?
I actually do like
Definitely
Ibly. I think it'll come back to 1 in the
stop
future.
Playing Tearlaments, go play something else. But we're not going to refund you for your other cards that you need for Tearlament. I think this is probably the best Master Duel ban list that we've had in quite some time. Right? It's a really good ban list. Personally, I don't see
I do think
where
it's a good one as well.
Konami made a mistake, to be honest. I don't see it. A lot of people say Phantom of Yubel to 2 and the Dark Beckoning Beast, right? You guys may say that.
That's
but
good,
I'm more inclined to wait and see how this impacts. Because
truthfully, hitting the Dark Beckoning Beast in the opening of the Spirit Gates is good, but it's not great because you're still playing them at 2 copies of each. You open either one of them, you get the other one. Yes, it cuts down consistency, but I've seen players who are only playing 2 of the decks already, even before this ban list was even announced. Looking at deck lists, you see how everybody's building them. Yeah, a lot of people are playing them at 3, but if you open up 3 of them, it's not that good. And then they can only, like, go into specific plays with links and such. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more Unchained cards going to be added to the Yubel strategy, because Unchained is actually still really strong. I do wish they actually hit the Spirit of Yubel. That's like the main card I wanted them to hit from that deck, but it's whatever. It's what can you do? But they hit Snake Eyes. They did kind of hit Tournament, and they did hit a lot of the problem cards. So I am all around pretty happy. I just wish they hit Spirit of Yubel. That's the problem card in my mind. That's one of the bigger problem cards. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm just gonna be ending it right here. I don't want to do I don't want to take too much of you guys' time. Well, I mean, unless you enjoyed it. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. So until next time, guys, take care.